more imagery from Revelation 10. When the mighty angel, that is the angel of the Lord, the pre-incarnate Christ, Jesus, lifts up his hand to heaven to swear by him that liveth forever and ever, he lifts up his hand. This goes back to Revelation 5, that there was a scroll in the right hand of the one who sits on the throne. Who is the hand of God, the right arm of God, the right hand of God? In the Old Testament, that's Jesus. That is a reference to the arm or the hand. It's the right hand specifically, but it's the hand of the Lord where the power of God is contained. And so you see Jesus, who is the right hand of God, swearing by, lifting up his hand and swearing by him that liveth forever and ever. Who is God? Who Jesus is God. So he's swearing by himself. That in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God shall be finished, as he hath revealed to his servants the prophets. That is the preaching of the everlasting gospel worldwide. You further know that it's Jesus because the angel gives the little book to John. Revelation 5 tells us that the only one worthy to open the book and to read thereon is Jesus, the Lamb. So he's giving the book to John so that John can prophesy about it. This is where we bring in Ezekiel 2 and 3, that the scroll contains lamentations, mourning, and woe. This is the writing within and on the backside. This is how we come to clearly understand that the lamentations, mourning, and woe, i.e. the writing within and on the backside, are the trumpets and vials. They are the ways by which God is judging the earth for the express purpose of tearing down the kingdoms of the world, so that when he returns at the second coming, about 3.5 years later from this prophecy, he can destroy the kingdoms of the world and set up his own as a replacement. See Daniel 2. So when Jesus is giving the book to John to eat, to consume the information written thereon, lamentations and mourning and woe, take it, eat it up, it shall make thy belly bitter, yes, and it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Because the prophecy is the return of Christ. It's the gospel of the kingdom, which is expressly what Jesus prophesied would be finished in the days of the voice of the seventh angel when he shall begin to sound. The mystery of God shall be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. What is the mystery of God? It's the coming of the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom. Revelation 14, 6 and 7. I heard another angel fly through the midst of the heaven, having the everlasting gospel, the everlasting good news, the return of Jesus Christ to set up his kingdom on earth. The events that will lead to that are horrid for those who are on earth, but the event itself is the most wonderful thing ever. This is the urgency with which we preach the message, is that Jesus is coming back. He's coming back soon. And when he returns at the second coming, forget if people miss the rapture. They still have 7 years. Should they live, they have up to 7 years to believe in him before he returns. No day should be taken for granted because there is no guarantee that anyone should live. But the rapture is not the end-all be-all. The second coming is the end-all be-all. And thankfully, God is gracious to provide extra time past the rapture should people not believe in him before that point. They get time to believe in him after. It's just that life is never guaranteed. So how much time beyond the rapture they may have, no one knows, not even them. So John took the little book out of the angel's hand, ate it up. It was in his mouth sweet as honey. Yes, because it's prophesying the greatest thing ever, the return of Jesus Christ. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Yes, because it's lamentations, mourning, and woe. He said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings, lest there be confusion about this mighty angel, that it really is Jesus. The next chapter very clearly states that the two witnesses who will be at the temple are his. This mighty angel, who is the pre-incarnate Christ, Jesus Christ, is the one who gives power to his two witnesses. You take that back to Zechariah 4, and it tells you that the two witnesses are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. There was a reed given me like unto a rod. The angel stood, saying, rise, measure the temple of God, the altar, them that worship therein. This is why I'm going to write these chapters all together in one book, back to back, because they all lead into one another. Chapters 10 through 15 I'm going to put in one book. Obviously, they will be in the same document, but when I put it out on Amazon, it's going to be in the same book because they all lead into one another. The angel that is giving John a reed and a measuring rod and telling him to measure the temple, excluding the outer court, is the mighty angel from Revelation 10. It is Jesus. And he says, I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. There should be no question that the Revelation 10 mighty angel is Jesus Christ. He gives power unto his 2 witnesses. They shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Relating to Zechariah 4, these are the 2 olive trees, the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. There was one other thing I was going to talk about, but I think I'm not going to any longer. So there's part 2 of Revelation 10.